Welcome to Inspire Tales, where English becomes exciting. Today, we start the thrilling journey of one of history's most controversial figures, Adolf Hitler. Love him or hate him, his story is filled with dreams, failures, ambition, and power. From a small boy with big dreams to a man who changed the world forever, this is the story of Adolf Hitler like you've never heard before. Are you ready? Grab your headphones, sit back, and let's dive into this incredible tale that will improve your English and keep you hooked till the end. It all started on April 20, 1889, in a small town called Braunau am Inn in Austria. A baby boy was born to Alois and Clara Hitler. They named him Adolf. No one knew this little boy would grow up to shake the world. As a child, Adolf wasn't special. He loved playing outside, drawing pictures and imagining a big future. But life wasn't perfect. His father, Alois, was very strict. Alois wanted Adolf to study hard and get a government job just like him. But Adolf had a different dream. "I want to be an artist," he would tell his mother, Clara. His mother loved him deeply and supported his dream, but she couldn't change Alois' mind. Adolf's childhood was full of fights with his father. His father would shout, "Art is not a real job," and Adolf would stay quiet, hiding his tears. When he was 13 years old, his father died suddenly. Some people thought Adolf would feel free, but losing his father left a hole in his heart. Adolf started skipping school. He was once a good student, but now he didn't care. Teachers would say, "Adolf is smart, but he is lazy." All he wanted to do was draw. After finishing school, Adolf packed his bags and moved to Vienna, the capital of Austria. He was so excited. Vienna is the city of art. "I will become a famous painter here," he thought. He applied to the Academy of Fine Arts, a big arts school. But when the results came, his heart broke. He didn't get in. The school told him, "Your work is not good enough." Adolf felt humiliated. "I'll try again," he said. But the next year, the school rejected him again. He was devastated. Without school or a job, Adolf's life became hard. He lived in tiny, dirty rooms and sometimes slept on the streets. He painted postcards and sold them to tourists for a little money. "Why is life so unfair?" he often thought. During this time, Adolf's mother passed away. He was alone and angry. He started to blame other people for his failures. "It's not my fault," he would say. "In 1914, everything changed. World War I started, and Adolf saw a chance to make his life meaningful. He joined the German army. Finally, I am part of something big," he thought. Adolf was brave in the war. He carried messages across dangerous battlefields and received 2 medals for his courage. But in 1918, Germany lost the war. Adolf was furious. "The leaders betrayed us," he shouted. He felt Germany needed someone strong to bring it back to power. After the war, Adolf returned to Germany. The country was in chaos. People were poor and hungry. Many were angry about the war's end. Adolf saw this as his opportunity. He joined a small political group called the German Workers' Party. Adolf was a powerful speaker. When he spoke, people listened. His words were full of anger, passion, and promises. "Germany will rise again," he would say. Slowly, more and more people started following him. Adolf changed the name of the group to the National Socialist German Workers' Party, also known as the Nazi Party. He designed their symbol, a red flag with a black swastika. "This will become the most powerful symbol in the world," he declared. His speeches became famous. Thousands of people came to hear him. They believed in his dream of a strong Germany. But Adolf's ideas were dangerous. He blamed certain groups of people for Germany's problems and wanted to make Germany only for Germans. After World War I, Germany was in big trouble. People had no jobs, food was expensive, and many families were hungry. The country had to pay a lot of money to other nations because they lost the war. Germans were angry and sad. Adolf Hitler saw this pain. He told the people, "It's not your fault. I know who is to blame." His words gave people hope, but they also made them angry at others. Slowly, Adolf became a popular name. Adolf worked hard to grow his party. He held big meetings and gave loud, emotional speeches. "Germany can be great again," he shouted. People clapped and cheered. They believed in his dream. In 1923, Adolf tried to take control of the German government by force. This was called the Beer Hall Putsch, but it failed. Adolf was arrested and sent to jail for 9 months. While in jail, Adolf wrote a book called Mein Kampf, which means My Struggle. In this book, he wrote about his ideas. He said Germany needed to become powerful and that certain groups of people were the enemy. The book became popular, and many Germans started to believe in his ideas. After getting out of jail, Adolf worked even harder. The Nazi Party became stronger. By 1933, Adolf Hitler was chosen as the Chancellor of Germany, the country's top leader. This was the start of a new chapter. Adolf promised jobs, a strong military, and a bright future. The people trusted him, but they didn't know what he was planning next. As Chancellor, Adolf made many changes. He built roads, factories, and schools. More people got jobs, and Germany started to look strong again. The people were happy. "Hitler is a hero," they said. But behind this success, Adolf had dangerous plans. He controlled newspapers, radios, and schools. People were told, "You can only believe in Adolf Hitler." Those who didn't agree with him were punished or sent to prison. Adolf created a strong army called the SS and a group of young boys called the Hitler Youth. They trained to fight and spread Nazi ideas. Everywhere in Germany, people saw the swastika flag. It became the symbol of Adolf's power. Adolf's speeches became even more powerful. He would say, "Germany is the best. We will rule the world." Crowds cheered and shouted, "Heil Hitler!" In 1939, Adolf made his boldest move. He ordered his army to invade Poland. This act started World War II. Adolf's dream was to take over all of Europe and make Germany the most powerful country in the world. At first, Adolf's army won many battles. They were strong and well-trained. But as the war went on, things started to go wrong. Adolf had made too many enemies. While the war was happening, Adolf was doing something terrible. He wanted to remove all Jewish people and others he thought didn't belong in his vision of Germany. This was called the Holocaust, one of the darkest chapters in human history. Millions of innocent people were killed in camps. By 1944, Germany started losing the war. Adolf's enemies, like the United States, the Soviet Union, and Britain, were too strong. Bombs fell on German cities, and the people who once called Adolf a hero began to lose hope. Adolf became paranoid. He trusted no one and spent most of his time hiding in his bunker. By 1944, Adolf Hitler's dreams of ruling the world were falling apart. His army, which once seemed unstoppable, was now losing battles everywhere. The Soviet Union, one of his biggest enemies, pushed the German army back from the east. At the same time, American and British soldiers attacked from the west. German cities were bombed day and night. Families lost their homes, and the people began to turn against Adolf. "Why did we follow him?" many asked. But Adolf didn't give up. He sat in his bunker, giving orders to his generals. "We will not surrender," he shouted. But deep inside, even Adolf knew the war was lost. In early 1945, Adolf stayed in a bunker deep underground in Berlin. The bunker was cold and dark, but it was safe from bombs. Inside, Adolf spent his time planning, though there was little hope left. He was not alone. His most loyal followers were with him, including his girlfriend, Eva Braun. Eva had been by his side for many years, though Adolf kept their relationship private. She loved him even in his darkest days. Outside the bunker, the sound of gunfire grew louder every day. The Soviet army was getting closer to Berlin. "The end is near," whispered his advisers. Leaders from other countries begged Adolf to surrender. "Save the people of Germany," they said. But Adolf refused. He believed surrender was a sign of weakness. If Germany loses, it is because the people were not strong enough, he said coldly. By April 945, Berlin was surrounded. The Soviet army attacked the city from all sides. Buildings collapsed, fires burned, and people ran for their lives. On April 29, 1945, Adolf made a surprising decision. He married Eva Braun in the bunker. It was a simple ceremony with just a few people. "You've always been by my side, Eva," Adolf said. Eva smiled, even though she knew this was not a happy moment. After the wedding, Adolf and Eva spent hours together, talking about their lives and what they had done. They both knew the end was near. On April 30, 1945, Adolf made his final decision. He called his closest followers into the bunker and told them, "I will not be captured alive." Adolf believed it was better to die than to let his enemies take him. He and Eva went to a small room. Moments later, they took their own lives. Adolf was 56 years old. When the Soviet soldiers reached the bunker, they found Adolf and Eva's bodies. The war in Europe ended shortly after. Germany surrendered on May 8, 1945. The people of Germany were left with nothing but ruins. Adolf's dream of making Germany powerful had instead brought destruction and sorrow. Millions of lives were lost because of his actions. After Adolf's death, the world worked to rebuild. Germany became a peaceful country. People remembered the horrors of the Holocaust and World War II to ensure such events never happen again. Today, Adolf Hitler's name is a reminder of the dangers of hatred, unchecked ambition, and misuse of power. Finally, his story teaches us that every decision we make shapes our future. Adolf's choices led to pain and loss, not just for him, but for millions of others. This reminds us that every action, no matter how small, we must choose wisely and always think about the impact our decisions have on others. The importance of compassion and unity cannot be underestimated. Hate and division only tear people apart. The world is a much better place when we come together, respect each other, and work toward peace. Life is too short for anger and judgment. By being kind and understanding, we can create a future filled with hope, not regret. So remember, choose love over hate, humility over pride, and unity over division. These simple lessons can make our world a better place. This was the story of Adolf Hitler, a man whose life changed the world forever. It's a story of dreams, power, and the mistakes that led to tragedy. Remember, history is not just about the past. It teaches us how to build a better future. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to English Avenue for more exciting stories that help you learn English while exploring history. See you in the next story.